Every time I look at my Animal Crossing villagers, I think what they would be like if they were in the Pokemon world. So I ask myself the question, what if Animal Crossing villagers were Pokemon? What if they had types like water, fire, and grass? What about abilities, stats, movesets? Well, today I'm answering that question. I'll be turning iconic Animal Crossing villagers and some of my personal favorites into Pokemon. I'll be giving them types, a moveset with different attacks, stats, and abilities. I'll base this off their personality types, their species, and their physical features. So after you watch this video, you'll turn on your Animal Crossing game and you'll ask yourself what kind of Pokemon your villagers would be. Let's start off easy with the most popular Animal Crossing villager, Marshall. In New Horizons, he is a smug villager. I'll start with his Pokemon type. For me, it was pretty easy picking his type. His personality in the game is smug, he's pretty stuck up, very confident, and a bit shady, so I gave him the dark type. He's always smirking when you're not looking and laughing at his enemies' downfalls, so dark type feels right. As for his moveset, I gave him the following 4 moves: Taunt, Night Slash, Curse, and Mean Look. He's constantly taunting me whenever I speak to him, trying to get a rise out of me. He needs a strong dark type attack, so I gave him Night Slash. Animal Crossing villagers don't swear, at least to your face, but if any of them swore behind closed doors, it has to be Marshall. He probably swears like a sailor. Mean Look is very obvious. He's constantly glaring at other villagers in disgust. In the Pokemon world, I could see him living in a grassy area. You could probably find him at nighttime around level 28. He's a very speedy Pokemon. His stats are very high in speed and physical attack. He's small, agile, and can bite pretty hard. Finally, his ability would be Intimidate. He's a pretty intimidating villager. I look at him sometimes, I'm like, oh dang, let me look the other way. I feel like he's judging me. So I feel like intimidating checks. If I could compare him to a Pokemon that already exists, it'd be something like Absol. Fast, quick attacking, pure dark type Pokemon. Next up, my favorite villager, get your microphones out, Pom Pom. Pom Pom was pretty easy to define as a Pokemon. She would be a water flying type, pretty similar to the already existing birdie Ducklet. Her moveset is pretty straightforward: Peck, Water Gun, Bubble Beam, and of course, her signature move, Sing. And we're gonna get to that later with a very cool ability. Her stats are not too strong, she's decently fast but has low defenses and health stats. In the Pokemon world, she would be a low-level Pokemon living near ponds and shallow waters. As for Pom Pom's ability, originally I gave her the ability Cute Charm, an ability that makes it so whenever you get hit with an attack, you have a chance of your opponent falling in love with you. But I decided to make a new ability for her because she's my favorite. The ability is called Singer, which makes it so the attack Sing never misses. If you don't really play Pokemon that much, the attack Sing makes your opponent fall asleep, but it only has like a 30 or 50% chance of hitting. With the Singer ability, it always hits. But the catch is, you can only use it once while the Pokemon is out and battling. This would be a very fun and unique strategy for Pom Pom that would make her different than any other Pokemon in the game. She's also very fast, so this would make it a very strong strategy, just going in with Pom Pom singing and then making them fall asleep. Also, this ties in very good with her peppy personality, of course, singing all the time. Next up, one of the most unique villagers in the entire game is Stitches. You'll be needing Stitches after you fight this Pokemon, as it's going to be one of the most overpowered Pokemon in the Pokemon world. It's a dark fairy Pokemon, which I feel is pretty obvious considering it's a stuffed animal bear that has a dark side to it, so dark fairy fits really well. Its moveset is pretty strong. It's got Shadow Sneak, Play Rough, Pain Split, and Charm. In the Animal Crossing game, he's a lazy villager, so I made him pretty slow, so his defenses and attacks are very, very strong, but he is a slow Pokemon. Shadow Sneak, the attack helps with his slow speed because it always goes first. In the Pokemon world, he would be a legendary Pokemon that you find in a scary, haunted dollhouse after finishing the game. His ability would be Perish Body, which does the following. When a Pokemon attacks him with a direct attack, the attacking Pokemon will faint in 3 turns, so you only got 3 turns to live after attacking Stitches. Be careful. He would be pretty similar to the iconic Pokemon Mimikyu, but instead of him being Ghost Fairy, he's Dark Fairy and a legendary Pokemon, which Mimikyu is not. Another iconic villager living on my island since the beginning is Apple. Apple is an adorable, peppy villager with a dark side. She will tear you up if you cross her and her ambitions to become a pop star. She's a pretty edgy, peppy villager. It was too tempting to make her a grass type because, of course, she looks like an apple and her name is Apple, so I made her a grass fairy type Pokemon. Grass fairy is one of my personal favorite type combinations in the game. When I think of grass fairies, I think of a goddess living in the woods that is intact with all the spirits of the wilderness. Apple isn't that graceful, but she is a fairy grass type Pokemon with the following moves: Bite, Sing, Leech Seed, and Dazzling Gleam. I had to give her the attack Sing because her and Pom Pom are the iconic singing duo on the island, and I would love to use both of them in a double battle. Dazzling Gleam because she's always shining, Bite because she's wild, and Leech Seed because she would do anything to become famous, even leech off of others. She's very slow, but it's okay because she has amazing defenses and strong special attack. She'd be a fairly low level, maybe like a level 20 Pokemon that you can find in the grassy patches inside a city. Just like squirrels that live in big cities, I think Apple would probably live in a big city just near grass or trees. Ability-wise, she would have the overpowered ability Thick Fat that will make her defense stats impeccable. This ability makes all fire and ice attacks half effective, which is amazing because she's a grass-type Pokemon, and grass-type Pokemon are weak to fire and ice, making Apple a very strong defensive Pokemon and weak to almost nothing. If she's close to any other Pokemon that already exist, she'd probably be something like an Appleton, unironically. She'd be a defensive grass-type Pokemon that's pretty strong. Up next is the queen of Animal Crossing herself, the most popular female villager. It's Judy. Judy is the only other legendary Pokemon in this video. Something about her gives me typical legendary Pokemon energy. She looks like she came straight out of space with Mew, Arceus, and Deoxys, with her really cool purple and blue and pink color pattern and glowing eyes. So I made her a psychic fairy mythical Pokemon. She has a very strong defensive moveset. She has Reflect and Light Screen that will defend from every type of attack, Psyshock, an incredibly powerful psychic move, and Baby Doll Eyes, of course, because look at her eyes. It would be her signature move. She has amazing defenses and strong special attack. You will find her in space after taking a spaceship to find Deoxys. You'll find Judy, who offers help to fight all the scary Pokemon in the solar system, and she'll join your team while you're in space. I gave her a brand new ability, Swirl Energy, a powerful ability that gives all Pokemon in your party 50 more health points while she's on the battlefield, including herself, making her very strong in double battles. She's somewhat similar to Mew and Mewtwo, but way more defensive and a fairy type that they are not. Next, we have Zucker, one of my favorite villagers and one of the Animal Crossing community's favorites as well. He gives me very strong water ground type vibes, similar to Marshtomp and Shellos and Gastrodon and all of them. This is a great typing because it makes the Pokemon immune to lightning attacks, which are very strong against water types because it's also part ground. Zucker is a lazy villager in Animal Crossing who loves food, relaxing, and sleep. I really wanted to reflect that in this Pokemon's moveset. He has the attack Yawn because he's always tired and likes making people around him nap too, Amnesia because he's constantly forgetting what he just did, Mudshot because he needs a strong ground attack, and I wanted to make something really silly, so I gave him the strongest water attack, or one of the Hydro Pump. Seeing Zucker use Hydro Pump blasting out a massive beam of water sounds really funny to me. His stats are slow, like incredibly slow, one of the slowest in the game, but has amazing special attack. You can find a decently leveled Zucker at the bottom of any ocean, sleeping, so make sure to bring a boombox with super loud music to wake him up. His ability is Pickpocket because he loves food so much he'll do anything to get his hands on food, even go as far as stealing his opponent's items and food. So there you go, there's Zucker. Animal Crossing weirdly feels like a perfect fit in Pokemon, doesn't it? If you put all 6 of these Animal Crossing villagers and turn them into Pokemon, they could be in Generation 9, the next Pokemon games, and I wouldn't bat an eye. I actually made a bunch more of these, but I think that's enough for now. Do you have any good ideas? Comment down below your favorite Animal Crossing villager and what you think their type would be, and maybe their movesets too. I think it's a pretty fun game to play. If you like this video, I'll make more videos of turning Animal Crossing villagers into Pokemon in the Pokemon world. I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.